Just hit record, will you?
I already did.
Oh, you did?
I did, but I can edit stuff.
Nice, nice move. No, you don't have to edit. I mean, this is spontaneous stuff is gold. Come on.
Yeah, I'll just start like this. No, I don't think so. Happy Monday! Hello, everybody. We had an
Yay.
interesting start today. It's an American holiday today, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and even though Uros is in Serbia, he has the day off.
Well, thanks to my American overlords, I only do what I'm told.
Right,
Celebrating.
your American. Man, it's like you're either talking to your American overlords or your Serbian overlords.
Oh, I'd take American any day of the week, like over Serbian, because at least they know what they're doing, like U.S. People in general, even the government. But when it comes to Serbia, you don't wanna go down that road. Mm.
Well, maybe you'd think that we know what we're doing, but we're all just kind of playing along. Well, we'll see if Trump is the Republican frontrunner
Oh
for president if
Jesus,
we know what we're doing.
I hope not.
Oh my God. All
Um,
right. Well, regardless, yes, we are here for yet another week of delightful news and gaming, and actually some PC gaming as Udrash has done some PC gaming this week with our indie highlight of last week, which was Oxenfree, and our indie highlight. Well, he did an indie highlight earlier about that dragon cancer, which was kind of funny because that was actually kind of the topic I had in mind for this week after seeing several diatribes over last week about people
yeah.
complaining about that dragon cancer. They were complaining about it for one of two reasons. One, they were saying that this couple was trying to profit off of their son's death, which is seriously, that's horrible. And two,
I don't think that was the idea. Yeah.
no, not at all. Two, the other reason why people were complaining was because it's a game that's not a game, and
Mm.
that has kind of become a interesting trend. Because I remember when Heavy Rain came out back in what 2009, 2010,
Hmm.
and I really enjoyed it. It was not fun, I guess, because it was so
It wasn't.
brutal,
Yeah.
but
Right.
it was entertaining, I guess. And so I'd argue with people
It was.
because they were saying, well, it's not a game.
Yeah.
It's not a real game, and because these are also hardcore people I was arguing with, they were hardcore retro fanboys, so they still play every iteration of Super Mario Brothers. Which, okay, I guess you got to jump on some
Mm.
turtles to make it a game, but
Well, I don't know if you've had a chance to check it out or see the gameplay footage.
oh no, I
Or
want
at
nothing to
least,
do with that.
well, I I looked at it like earlier. It's pretty confusing actually, but it's kind of like it switches from being an adventure game, and oh, okay, so there's stuff like I guess this is a puzzle, so I have to click here, maybe solve this, and then it just tips everything upside down, and then you get sucked into that whole world of the obviously the huge struggle those people had, right? As a family who's trying to battle this serious illness. As far as I've read on it, it's like it was their kid was like born with it or something, right? Born
Well, he
with
died at
diagnosed.
5, or he's diagnosed at 5.
Yeah, but
So,
they managed to like prolong his
well,
life
right. No, I'm just trying to say, like, I
for
don't
like
know if
a
he was
few
really
years.
born with it. He might have been born with the propensity
No,
for
he
it.
wasn't born. Yeah, but he was like he got it as a baby or something. It's
Oh,
like
that's
pretty heavy stuff. Yeah. So
yeah.
so
See,
in a
no, I
sense,
want nothing to do with
so
this.
yeah, no, that's part of the experience, but
Right.
it's way too heavy. It's not for everybody. Um, so it's pretty controversial, but I don't think anybody who would make such a game after having such a tough personal experience, like wanting to profit from it, I don't believe that that's the goal. That sounds just like insane to me. I mean, as sort of a, I don't want to say tribute. That's too heartless. Not like a tribute, but like, hey, this is what happened to us, and it's kind of interesting because nobody ever did it before. So
Well,
you know,
as I saw someone talk about it, was that this in a way was kind of like as though they were writing a memoir. about
Mm.
their experience, and they did it in game form. And I think it's
So
also
yeah, and
it's
then it's
partially, I think they did it for awareness, but it might have also been their way of dealing with the grief. Like
probably,
I don't want to imagine what that is like. I
yeah,
don't.
I know. Yeah, I mean, because what the point is, it gets very personal. You see it from their perspective, so naturally, it's gonna be heavy for people to experience. So this is kind of like an interactive memoir, as you said. But if somebody chooses that way to express themselves, I don't necessarily have anything against that. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
I just was curious when I saw like the title of like what the hell is this thing? After seeing it like for a bit, it's you know I mean, I'm imagining that if you play it from start to finish, it's pretty you know it's pretty tough. So I don't think I will be doing it. But if I don't know if people wanna get into that story, it's also not a typical story. You know it doesn't go as much in the same. It's not expressed like other games or stories. I don't know how to. It's kind of trippy, you know. So. I don't know. Yeah, but overall, I think it didn't get too bad. The reviews are kind of okay, I guess.
Hmm.
I just don't know what like. Um, I don't know if we're into a weird area now because are games like or should they be? This is kind of like it's a statement, as you said. Maybe it raises awareness or something, or this was our experience. This is how we felt it, and blah blah blah. Or are they meant to entertain games? So, you know, I doubt anybody will choose this to entertain themselves. You
Well,
know,
but things are entertaining in different ways. Like, sad movies are still entertaining, even though they're incredibly sad, and you'll walk away crying from it. But in a way, it entertains. It may not make you entertaining. Doesn't exactly have to mean that makes you happy and have fun. And that's kind
right?
of what I see some of these games that aren't games. What they do, like that Dragon Cancer or Heavy Rain, or I would say Beyond Two Souls, but that had some gamey elements to it, so I can't put that exactly in the same category. But maybe even what is it called? Um, eh, um,
What?
Papers, Please.
Oh my god. Yeah, I could not get into that one. That was everybody was like, "Oh, you should try this. This is one of the best ideas ever." And like after 2 minutes of it, I just I just wanted something. Please, something. Let something happen. I was just like, oh my god. And I just gave it some time, and I couldn't understand what the fuck I was doing. And I was like, you know what? I really do not have to do this. I should go and make a sandwich and fire up Destiny.
Well, as a friend of mine told me after, I was like, I don't understand how this is any good and why people love this so much. And he's like, oh, it's a DMV simulator. Which I'm like, okay, yes, I kind of see that. But also the way I was also seeing it, I said, if I want to slowly kill off my family because I'm not fast enough, I'll just go play Oregon Trail. Thank you. I mean,
Yeah, right, right, right. I mean, uh, but it's okay. But I admit that it's pretty cool to see how people see games differently.
yes.
I don't personally, games are not that for me. I mean, even though I appreciate that they can also be some form of like philosophical, expression or emotional expression that's pretty good, or a form of art or whatever. I just don't want to, just want to relax at the end of the day by playing something stupid and mindless, or if it's blowing up a bridge in Just Cause, or you know, kicking somebody's ass in Call of Duty or whatever your cup of tea is.
Nice. Nice.
It's chamomile. It's very mild. I'm having
Oh,
problems with my stomach.
well, we didn't need to go that far. You could have just said you were drinking chamomile tea, and we would have been like, "Oh, and I would have said chamomile tea is delicious." But then you had to take it too far.
It's not too far. That's not taking it too far. I mean, we can.
No, it's not.
No, no, it's not. But otherwise, yeah. As for Oxenfree, it's getting pretty interesting at this point. I mean, I will be writing the review tomorrow. Uh, like before I played it, I had a feeling. I had a really like cool feeling about it. So there are disappointments. I'm sorry to say, and there are some pretty like surprising elements in there. Overall, I think they may have. I don't know if they were like stretching it like or something to give us. I don't know if they were too ambitious or whatever. It just like kind of seems they have like this cool world set up, and not exactly. They just didn't reach that ambition, if you know what I mean. So, for example, I mean, the dialogue system is kind of flawed. You have like timely responses similar to Telltale.
Okay.
You have like a limited amount of time in which you have to respond to what a character says. And here, at like over 50% of the time, I found myself not being able to respond in time. It's like too short or something, and oh wait, no. Oh. So what happened? I mean, can I just is this like ruin the relationship with the character or whatever? So kind of like I don't know. These are maybe design flaws or something.
Heavy Rain does
I,
that too, but there was kind of a reason for that because if you think about it, because the way Heavy Rain did it, it kind of like, for example, when Ethan's son is kidnapped from him and he's at the police
is this a
station.
spoiler?
No,
Okay, it's an old game.
it's also in the first like 20 minutes of the game.
Ah,
His son is
yeah.
kidnapped, and he goes to the police and is telling them, someone's kidnapped. And they're like, well, what is he wearing? Well, what it has is this dialogue thing. It's kind of, and it moves. The choices move in a circle, kind of
So
like
you have to,
this.
yeah, yeah.
And so it's like, well, which one? And it's kind of blurry and it goes fast, but you have a finite time to answer it because you think about it. If you're in a real life situation, you're at the police station, you're sitting there thinking for like 5 minutes, well, what was my son wearing? They're going to question you.
Mm.
So that's how they
It's an
have it, and maybe
interesting
this one
point.
was kind of the same way because I know that in some
Yes,
Telltale games they do the same thing that you'll see the bar shrink. You only have so much time to answer.
yes, but it's different here because like the dialogue bubbles are they only appear for a brief amount of time and then they start to fade real quick. So if you're having a tough time deciding what to say, then you see it less and less. What do I want to choose?
I think
And
it's the
then
same. I don't think it's a flaw. I think that's what they
like I said,
yeah,
it seems something that I needed to get used to. So it was different
keeps you on your
than
toes.
that. Kind of, I don't know. Maybe our brain works the same way. You know, if you want to respond to what somebody says, and it's in your interest to be part of this like circle of people, and not just end up being like an asshole or a douchebag or say something stupid. You want to say something cool, and that comes across in the game well, like in terms of like setting up your own like in terms of setting up the character and building a relationship. I mean, it's not like building a relationship in say Dragon Age or Mass Effect. It's not that complex.
Hmm.
It's pretty basic stuff. I love the overall the tone of the game is very like the atmosphere is pretty cool. It's kind of like it's kind of a cute kiddie movie, kind of maybe Goonies thing going on.
Hmm.
So I appreciate the whole mystery thing. I like it. I mean, so far, but again, I mean, apart from the dialogue, I have other nagging issues, but I still have to think if they are bad enough to warrant a lower score. So yeah, but I guess I had fun with it. I
No, no, no. You can't lower the score of a game just because you suck at it.
that wasn't my intent. Really. I'm not good at this. 2 out of 10.
That's right.
Maybe yeah. Maybe you're right. I should reconsider. Yeah. Other than that, if we're talking about indies, Uh, 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 okay, you wanted to mention something, right?
Yeah, and maybe this goes. This is also a game that's not a game. It's from publisher Tiny Build. It's with another small developer. Tiny Build's actually doing a lot of stuff with small developers like that game Last Station that you mentioned. I think it was last week, and then they also are doing
Yeah.
Brawlhalla, which I think is just.
Hmm.
I actually can't wait for that just because I want to see how mean the game is to me. The texts are just so amazing. But I have the trailer for that up on the site as well. But this is a Diaries of a Spaceport Janitor. And this kind of sounded a lot like this other Steam game that a friend of mine was told to play at Extra Life Marathon. And it
Hmm.
was, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's called like Visceral Janitor or something like that. And it's basically, it's like, when someone comes in and cleans and murders all these aliens, who has to clean it up? You! And so that's what kind of this reminds me of, is like, and it said that the protagonist is a female and she dreams of being, grand and getting away from where she is, but nope, she's a janitor, so she has to stay put. So, and it's saying that you like learn about the culture and about the story from picking up garbage, which kind of has a little bit of a Dear Esther thing to it. Um,
Hmm. Hmm.
so it sounds interesting. I mean,
It's a pretty cool idea. Yeah, I'm
pretty
liking. I'm
awful, but
liking the.
yeah, I may have to
Mm.
pick up that visceral janitor thing because I was watching my friend Ross play it and he was streaming it for his Extra Life feed. I was like, okay, that looks fun. Like, because you think about it, when you like a Dead Space 2, you go through these spaceships and just kill like thousands of disgusting aliens. Someone's got to clean all that up, unless the spaceship just explodes later. But
Yeah, yeah. Are we gonna clean it up? Oh man, you
this
know
is
what?
too much
It's
work. Just
getting
blow it up. Just
tougher.
scuttle the
Yeah,
ship.
yeah. No way, no way. How much are we paying the janitor? There's no way he's gonna do this.
It was like
So
if you think
yeah.
about like the Normandy, when the collectors come on and they start hauling people off, and there's gunfire going off. I mean, who cleaned up that mess afterward? Was it Shepard? Did Shepard have to? When Shepard came back
this,
on?
this yeah, but after they leave, you're alone in it or something, right?
Well,
Is,
you and
was
of
that the
course your
plot?
team.
So I found this ship strangely clean, maybe, but they did it on purpose for the, yeah. But I was like, I just had like a similar thought.
Who
Like,
cleaned it up? Yeah.
where's all the yeah, where's all the goo and the blood and stuff?
Joker didn't do it.
Right. Half pilot, half space janitor. Uh, but I knew it. I knew we were
Well,
gonna
because I'm
mention
pretty sure
this.
I saw the janitor being taken out by her hair. She's being dragged through the elevator screaming for the
Who
collectors.
was the
I'm making a
was
joke.
there?
There was somebody who was
Oh
dragged out by
yeah,
her hair. I'm pretty sure
I
it
just
was.
tr I just tried to make a real effort to remember the
I
janitor
think it
in
was
Mass
Kelly.
Effect.
Kelly was dragged out by her hair. I think it's when Joker
Kelly
leaves.
was the one by the maps, right?
Yes.
She stands by. Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
what commander or something. No, what is she? She's yeah.
She was kind of a secretary, a glorified secretary, because she would just tell you like, this person needs to talk to you, and you have email
Oh yeah,
messages.
so she was like a Normandy HR. Like
Yeah. Yes, that's a good way of describing her. She was Normandy HR. But yeah, she
right,
was the one who
right.
was dragged out by the hair.
Essentially, Mass Effect. I think it's a really cool game, and I recommend I recommend it highly to people. Uh, we were we were also yeah, we were going to talk about a very ambitious individual who wants to complete
Oh,
every single game on Steam. I mean,
okay.
I don't know, can you remember like when he started this?
Please tell me he
So,
doesn't have a Patreon for this or a
okay, I
GoFundMe
don't like
because
the big like debate seems to be why is he even doing this? And like and I seem to remember like reading that people who know him describe him as one of those like uh, characters, or I mean, people who can do a lot of stuff. He's just like, he can multitask and whatever. But then when he finishes a game, he posts like artwork or snapshots from it, and then and he highlights the game he completed. So the goal is to play every game that's released on Steam ever from start to finish. I mean, I don't know, maybe that would be kind of possible if games don't get released constantly, especially now with you have early access and all that stuff. So,
It seems there's like
I
about
mean,
5 or 6 games, like small games releasing on Steam every week. I mean, I think I might be over
uh,
exaggerating, but
yeah, or daily, I mean,
or at least two.
sometimes.
But it,
Right.
all right.
So, I mean, he describes it as, I know it's impossible, but I still, it doesn't stop
Is
me
he
from
counting the AAA, or is he just doing all the small games?
every game, every game, every game.
All right. Well, I guess he doesn't have a
That's
life,
the idea.
doesn't have kids.
Maybe, yeah, maybe he wants to, what we keep saying all the time, when you go into your backlog, it's just like an impossible and endless, bottomless pit,
Usually, when I go
which
into
you'll
my
never get
backlog,
to explore.
I don't even count what's in Steam because, yeah, that's just, yeah, it's all digital. It doesn't count. It's just there.
I know there are a lot of like AAA games every year that just, pass by that I regret not having the time to play.
Yeah.
And I'd sooner play those than maybe, I don't know. But it's the same thing goes for indie games as well, or something like some smaller project or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what if I like had the ambition to play every one of them, unless I was like out of work or something. Even then I wouldn't have the ambition to just like. It seems to me like a waste of time. Oh, well, I'm gonna watch everything released, every single movie or every single TV show. It's pointless.
I think you'd have almost an easier time watching every video on YouTube than
Oh,
playing every game from start to end. Maybe.
I don't know. It's the same category, I think. Probably even worse for YouTube. I mean, that's like anybody can submit a video. And at Steam, you have to like get approval from Valve at least. Oh, this is not a bullshit project. We'll put it up there.
How many games are in the Steam library? Do you know?
Oh Jesus, I have no idea. It would be like I would like to like know for starters when Steam started. Like when
I know
I
it
knew it
was
was probably somewhere
around
around 2004
two.
or 5
No,
maybe. That I'm just like
no, it was 2008 because it wasn't very long after my first son was born. Just because I remember seeing the news coming out that.
initial release September 12th, 2003, 12 years ago.
Oh, jeez. Well, it didn't. I didn't hear about it till 2008 because
It
the
wasn't big
news
back then.
news was
Yeah.
saying that Steam was going to try to make PC gaming mobile, with the Steam Cloud saves and able to download
Yeah.
the game wherever. And so maybe that's when the cloud came. I don't know. But so 2003. So you're
It
talking.
says like as of September 2015, over 6,400 games are available through Steam, including over 2,300 for OS X and well, yeah. There's over 125 million active users. Blah blah blah. So I'm having trouble completing like any game aside from those that we play for work. Like
Right, right.
I don't know if in total I end up finishing 5 or 3 in 1 year, or you just go back and forth from playing if it's multiplayer, you switch. But 6,000 games, I mean, so it's an insane thing to ponder.
Does he have a
I'm
time limit or is it
No, no,
just
no. He's just like determined to keep at it. Uh, he's like, I don't know. I mean, it's quite possible there is some sort of ludicrous scheme behind it. I mean, I don't honestly know. Oh, yeah. I'm just looking. He's posted pictures of his like PC and where he plays. It's a pretty cool spot actually.
Well, it would
His
have to
window lit.
be.
Yeah, and he has a pretty good view from his. I would just go outside actually. To be honest, I wouldn't sit at home if I had a view like this. He's just overlooking some sort of like lake.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, man. Who knows? Maybe he's just crazy.
something.
I don't honestly say that I would like support the idea. Oh yeah, bravo, yeah, you're gonna finish
Bravo, you
this.
have no life.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
So what have you been playing like
I mean, I'm just trying to, I was
generally?
trying to think because I'm looking like in my reflection here, and I'm looking at all of my games and that are right there, and like, I know that's not 1,000. That over there is
No,
is,
I
is, is,
doubt it.
is not a
Yeah,
thousand, and I
no
know
way.
I haven't finished all of those. You know, just between having time or I didn't like it, or although usually if I didn't like it, I've gotten rid of it by now, or because of work
Yeah.
or something. So it's yeah.
I mean, I have at least 100 games for the 360 and probably didn't finish half of those.
Right.
I mean, I just, I don't know. And God knows if I'll ever like get to play them again. So there.
Well, I mean, hey, with Xbox One backwards compatibility. Oh, you don't have an Xbox One. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Look, I have a PlayStation. I have a PC. You know,
You pretty much
and
have the two big ones anyway. You don't need an Xbox One. I mean,
no.
my Xbox One doesn't really get played. My son's playing it right
Yeah,
now because he got 2 games for Christmas, and that's it. Like, I haven't needed to touch it. I've been playing on my PC and PS4. Like, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Chronicles India, which my review's up right now. And, yeah, didn't like it as much as China. That's all I'll say here. Gotta go read my review.
but it doesn't. Does it tie into the China thing at all?
It mentions stuff that happens, but it's not like you have to have played it. I say that if you have to have played it because there's not really a tutorial for the gameplay. It assumes you just played China recently and just puts you right back in. And it's like, oh, hi, okay, it's been a year since I played China. I kind of remember how to do this, and it doesn't pull any punches. Like there's no easing in like China did. Like I said, there's kind of a tutorial, but it's a tutorial of all the moves that were introduced to you in China over, the whole 6 hours of the game. Um, so
Mm,
it was like, oh, okay, I kind of remember how to do this. And then, of course, they're adding a little bit on top of it. And they removed some
right.
things that I didn't like in China, and then they put some things that I really don't like in India. So it's mixed. So I'm curious what Russia is going to do. Is Russia going to get more complicated? I hope it doesn't because the controls are, uh, they're too much as it is. And what I mean by too
Mm,
much, it's that some of the controls they do multiple things. So sometimes it wouldn't read what I was wanting it to do, and Artabaz would step out, or he'd just suddenly fling himself in another direction. Like I haven't yelled, "What are you doing?" So as much as I did since playing Assassin's Creed 2, which is what I constantly yelled at Ezio.
right.
Where are you going? Why are you doing that?
It
So,
seems a shame. I mean, I just know how much you like China.
oh, China was. Yeah, the controls were tight. And it's almost like they were like, well, we got to add to it. So then they made it almost too much for the controls to handle.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Our sister site PlayStation Lifestyle gave it an even lower score than I did. So I mean, and
Hmm.
he loved
Hmm.
China too. So I think that's just it's unfortunate. So we'll see what Russia does. I wish I could say they could
I
learn from it, but Russia's most likely
think
already
maybe they
done.
rushed it or something.
It's been a year between China and India. I
Uh,
I don't know.
It could still be rushed. Any
Yeah,
game that
yeah.
that takes less than a year to do, it's bound to have like serious flaws.
Except that I don't think this one's
Even
that complicated. It's not like Unity. It's not like Syndicate. It's a 2.5D, so it's not.
I just know that like developers, like experienced game developers, told me that smaller games, like when not a lot of people are involved, if it gets done and there's a pressure because of the deadline,
Hmm.
if it's not polished enough, it's like if it's a year is not, it's just not enough. So I don't know.
So
I
right.
don't think that's the case.
So most likely what they did was they almost kind of, I don't want to say this, but they kind of copied and pasted maybe what they had from China and then added on
Mhm.
to it, and it just doesn't work that smoothly. So
Could be that they plan to have some sort of like add-on there,
could be,
and then
could be.
just turn it into a release. I mean, uh, I don't want to like accuse them of that because I haven't played the game, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Well,
see publishers pulling all sorts of things these days, but I am kind of sad because, as I say, I know you really enjoyed the previous one.
yeah. Well, we'll see what Russia does, if it's more of the same of that or if it goes back to kind of the original formula. I have no idea, but that's next month. And let's see, playing some Gauntlet Slayer Edition because that was a PS Plus game. And
Mm-hmm.
I love Gauntlet. I have strong ties to Gauntlet. Gauntlet is actually what got me back into gaming when the PS2 came out. Was thanks to Gauntlet, and a friend introduced
Yeah.
me to it. And she's like, "Hey, you need to play this," and it was so much fun, and it kind of got me back into it. And the Slayer edition is a little more complicated. It's definitely meant for multiplayer because it is so
Yeah.
punishingly hard, but at the same time it's a lot of fun. It makes fun of itself. The dialogue is hilarious. um, I love what it tells
Mm-hmm.
me every single time I shoot the food. So it's, it's, I'm having fun with it.
But
Like
is
I want to play it with my son.
so it's only? I mean, is it like four-player, or
Yeah,
does it have to be,
you can
or
play
it's
it
like,
you can play it by yourself. You can play it up to 4 people.
mhm. Or it'd be like I don't know, two players and two AI or something?
Mm-mm, no.
No.
No, so it's real people. So if you it's
Hmm.
just as many people as you have on there. So I did learn rather quickly that if I play by myself, I have to be on easy because normal is just too brutal. But when I'm with other people, I can get up to hard very easily because there's more people for the enemy AI to go after. It's
It makes sense, yeah,
yeah,
that it's harder if you play it on your own. I mean, even Diablo is kind of the same way. You can solo it, but you cannot play solo as you increase the difficulty. It just gets pretty damn
yeah,
hard, and you can see that it's attacking like certain enemies depends on a cooperative effort. So
right. Because you need
I can
someone else to
I can see
aggro
that.
somebody. You can't have everybody
Indeed, right.
attacking
That
after
is
you.
important. It's an RPG.
So, and
Uh,
speaking of
cool.
Diablo, I have been playing Diablo 2. I have never played Diablo
So
2.
what? Yeah, what's that like after so many years?
Well, I have to
It's weird,
say I
probably.
am still like, so the game is out in 2001, I think. And I have to say I am impressed with the cutscenes. So I'm like, I can't believe they did this back in 2001. Like, that's amazing.
Back
Um,
then, I remember like just watching the cutscenes for ages, like again and again. That's how good they were back then. They were so damn impressive. There was nothing like it. So it makes kind of sense that they even,
yeah.
even to this day, just like hold up. So
Like it's
that's
no, it's
nice.
it's not like it doesn't hold up to like say like Diablo 3 does, but it's
No,
still when
but
you think about when it
yeah,
was, I'm like, wow, like
yeah, 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 yeah.
that's pretty amazing.
I'm
Um,
not saying you could like compare it to the modern day stuff. Of
right,
course, that's
right.
ridiculous, but it still has like some sort of Blizzard quality to it.
Yeah, yeah,
So there,
yeah.
yeah.
The gameplay's taken me a while to get used to. The inventory management is the worst I have ever been around. There's like
Yeah, it's
no
pretty old.
tutorial really, no explanation. I'm going to texting my friend Chris like, how do I identify properties? Because like I have the freaking scrolls. How do I do this? He's like,
Yeah,
oh,
you
you
have to
right click and move it on
right
here.
click,
Like,
right click,
what isn't
or
telling?
you can ask the guy,
Oh, Deckard Cain.
somebody that, yeah, you could ask Kane.
Yeah. So, because I said, well, I read the manual and it's not on there. He goes, yeah, see, back then you were supposed to talk to your friends. That was your manual. I'm like, well, that's bullshit.
Yeah, Metal Gear had something similar going on for it. You could keep on attacking, I don't know, a certain boss or a certain enemy, and it just seems like a no way out situation.
Hmm.
And there's no instructions how to like do something in the game at all. And then you're like, well, how the fuck was I supposed to know that? Well, you have friends, right? Well, no,
Right, right.
I'm a geek, no friends there. But yeah, so it's kind of an old school hardcore thing going on there.
Yeah. Oh, and I
I
love that
mean,
when you're manipulating your inventory, people still attack you. Because of the console version of Diablo 3, when you open up your inventory, it's a pause screen. So I can just take my time moving stuff around, trying on armor. Oh no, shit. Click, 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 click,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
click.
That's I remember that actually. Are you at least play? Excuse me. Are you at least playing it in HD, or is it like a small res thing?
It's small. Like it basically like I got it off of Blizzard's. I think it's the only place you can get it without getting it like illegally through an emulator.
I don't know if I'm not certain, but there supposedly or were like these mods you could like they're like approved,
I'm
and you
sure.
can like, not that it makes the game
No, it's
any like any more
right.
anything like any more appealing, but just saying.
Yeah. Well, I decided to get into it because thanks to a friend, I am reading the Diablo books that were written right after Diablo 2 came out because she said they were really good, and they're okay. They're pretty good, but it involves classes that I'm not used to. And I'm like, well, who the hell are the Amazons and what's the
Yeah,
necromancer
yeah,
and all that. So when
right.
I
That
saw
was
that they're
from
all
the
in Diablo
second,
2, I'm
yeah.
like, oh, okay. Well, and so it just sounded kind of interesting. And the necromancer is a lot of fun to play as. I have to say. But
Yeah, and well, back in those days, I mean, I remember like I used to find like these tiny audio samples of the soundtrack, and then later on it was released online, Matt Uelman's like soundtrack,
mm-hmm.
and I listen to those like to this day. That's how much I think they're good. I mean, as much as they're like creepy at times,
Right.
which was always like his kind of, trademark like style, like these, having these like creepy elements, ambient noises and stuff. But I love it's one of the best video game soundtracks. I like, period. Still from Diablo 2.
So and
So
the other
I
thing
don't
I'm
know. I mean, you have music in there. Like, how far are you into the game at all? I mean, like,
not very far. Like I've done like
so you're still in the first area, grassy
yeah,
area.
yeah. I'm done like 2 or 3 missions in that first act.
So what are you playing again? Necromancer? No, which class?
Necromancer.
Necromancer. I thought you were gonna try Amazon. I used to play that.
I may try them all. Isn't that the
Hello.
point of it? You're supposed to like try them all,
Yeah,
put everything in your
because
stash.
yeah, I remember like being fascinated by, oh my God, I get to use the spear in Diablo because I played the original so much, and the fact that you had all these new classes and all these new
Mm-hmm.
weapons, and you're like, oh, I have to try the Amazon because she had like, I don't know, and I don't know if I remember this correctly, but I think she had like a bow and stuff, and bow and arrows, and she could throw a spear, which was awesome. I'm like, oh my God, she's throwing a spear. So all these like various moves you can do, like I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, there's like a triple hit with the spear like this or something, and then you upgrade, and you're like, yeah, my skill tree is blossoming, you know. Yeah, I I miss certain things from Diablo because they changed a lot in
Mm-hmm.
the third installment. So I'm glad you're having fun with that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little trip down memory lane. So I remember when it came out and people were all gaga over it, but I was back in my dark
Oh
days.
yeah, yeah. It was the same in like here as well, even though games weren't a thing here. But everybody knew when Diablo 2 came out.
Mm-hmm.
That was just like we had these uh, very small like independent sort of stores with guys who just like buy games originals in certain like places, and then they bring them here and they sell them for half the price or something. And then there were people who were just like bugging them. I remember this one guy who was doing this for a living, and he says, "Man, I keep getting phone calls in the middle of the night. People are asking when Diablo 2 is going to come out. I mean, so, and he's like, "What am I going to do? I can't sleep." I was like, "Well, when is it coming out? Can you tell me?" I don't know. Stop bugging me. But because we waited a long time, the original was out in like six, seven,
Yeah,
96,
something
seven
like that.
something.
Yeah.
So it was a long time. Yeah, they love to take their time. Their sweet little time lizard.
Yeah, but they come out with good games because of it. So, I
You
think
mean they have every right to if it like guarantees a certain quality?
wasn't that what Valve kind of does? They take forever on stuff, and but when they do release something, it's usually pretty good.
Well, I would, yeah, I would normally say yes, but
But they
like a
haven't
friend of
really
mine,
come out
like
with anything in a long time. So
yeah, yeah, which is kind of sad because they were pretty good at it. I mean, Half-Life 2 had a lot of bugs when it came out. A
I don't even
lot.
talk about
I don't know
Half
if you.
Life, but like Left 4 Dead and
Oh yeah, well, that's
Portal,
yeah. Team Fortress, Left 4 Dead, and Portal were pretty polished,
Dota.
and Half-Life 2 was a
Maybe
nightmare.
they really can't say three because there's no Dota 3,
Mm.
there's no Left 4 Dead 3, there's no Portal 3.
Oh yeah, the old no three theory.
Yeah, they just can't say three. There's no Half Life 2 Episode 3.
So you approach Gabe Newell if you work at Valve. So can we make Half-Life 3? Half-Life Half-Life what? Half-Life what? So everybody, let's see. One, two, four, five, six.
Just like that
Yeah,
Monty
it's
Python skit. One,
yeah.
two, five.
Five,
Teresa,
three,
three.
sir. Yeah, yeah. Gabe cannot say three. Shh! Don't upset him. It would make sense after all these years, but there's still some people who are who persistently like keep digging up or coming up with links to um, Half-Life 3 or Half-Life 2 Episode 3 scripts or level design or this is all hush is not supposed to be public, and I'm looking at it still. Yeah, well, yay. I mean, what do you want me to say? You know, people keep coming up with this stuff. I don't know where to dig it up, but
I think one of my favorite Twitter accounts is this one where the Twitter handle is Half Life 3 releasing? And all he tweets is no.
how many followers does this account have?
More than you would think. It's just kind of funny. It's about once a day. No.
Just once a day with your morning coffee.
No.
Oh, no. Now I have to get on with my work. No sick day for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I could come up
So
with some
seriously, that's
stuff.
all he tweets? Like,
Yeah.
no, just
No.
one word.
Yeah. No.
So it's a different tweet, but I mean, it's the same tweet, but oh god. What am I'm gonna subscribe. What can I say?
Well, yes, because you have to be told no every day, right?
Indeed. No, I mean, I'm not gonna deny it. It is one of the best games like of all time. It was really big back then, and it
We
was a
should
joy
have a
playing.
maybe next week we should have a Half Life 2 session because I have some.
Did you finish
I never
episode
played.
two?
I've never played Half Life, but I have
I think,
I have
yeah,
stories from watching my friends play it on PC. I would go over to his house and just sit and watch him for hours play this game.
it was incredible. I mean, everything, like the art direction, the gameplay,
No,
the story more or less,
save
but
it, save it. We'll save it because that could actually be a really fun discussion. So, but
it could, yeah.
the last thing I've been playing is the Deadly Tower of Monsters, which I am reviewing for Sister Site PlayStation Lifestyle. Um,
Hmm.
it's an Atlas game, and I have a weird relationship with Atlas. I either love or hate their games. And this game, it's set like it's a DVD re-release of an old 1960s sci-fi movie. And so there's
Okay.
so the narration is like the audio commentary that the director does.
Hmm.
And so all of the movements are very old. Like he keeps talking about the stop motion of the dinosaurs and how everything looks plasticky. And he's like, "Well, yeah, those were little trees that I used from this other set." And like every time you die, he's like, "Oh nope, wrong clip, wrong clip. Let's go back." And if you already seen a cutscene, you can skip through it, but it does it like a VCR, like you're fast forwarding through it. So
Nice, nice. I like.
it's
Yeah.
very much it has a lot of homage to the really bad 1960s sci-fi films, and it does like for all of them. Like it has like the big King Kong gorillas and the stop motion dinosaurs and nuclear ants
Hmm.
and really bad
Oh,
acting.
you've gotta love nuclear ants. Come on,
Right, and really bad
oversized.
acting. Oh, like so early on, like one of the first things happening in the game is like this King Kong like thing grabs the main character, and he's like, we
Hmm.
did really good with the stop motion for the gorilla. Too bad we skimped on the puppet for Dick Sarspeed though. And it's like this, you can tell it's like a little puppet just kind of limply hanging out of this gorilla's hand. Because it's so bad. And like when things come at you flying, you can see the strings holding it up, and
So it has this like hilarious
yes.
like cheapness to
Yes,
it.
and so a girl comes in, ends up saving him, and he's like, people don't appreciate how forward-thinking I was back then about having,
Hmm.
a female come in and save the day because that wouldn't happen. Women would never save men. I was like,
Oh
what
my
was the other
God.
thing that he said? He's like, well, I just kind of figured that if you're going to have actors that don't have any acting merit, why not make it a hot female? I'm like, oh
Hey,
god.
yeah.
It's so funny, and he'll just make random comments about the what they use for monsters, which is probably what they actually did back then. And so
Yeah.
it's actually more fun than I thought it would be. So far I'm having a good time, but
Cool, cool, cool.
the big problem I'm having with it is that it's either too easy or too hard. It either you
Hmm.
breeze through it or you have to fight this one area multiple times. It's like there's not much of a happy medium
Hmm.
with it. But I recommend it, but it releases tomorrow.
Does it define as a genre? I mean,
I
is
would
it
say
what is it?
action because it's top down.
So it's mostly
It's
okay.
top down, and you switch between a shooter and melee.
Cool.
But it's got a really interesting way of leveling up. The way that you
Hmm.
level up is by completing missions.
Hmm.
And some of the missions are
So what?
straightforward, like they're very linear, and some of them you have to go find or by
Yeah, but what?
exploration. It's also got
When you
some
level up,
Metroidvania aspects to it, like there's certain areas you can't get to in the lower floors until you get certain weapons or certain abilities.
right, right. I mean, does it when you level up? What happens? I mean, like, would you
Like
get
you can pick like a different
skills?
ability, like either you got more energy, you have more life,
Oh,
you know.
so yeah, it's one of those things, right?
Yeah. So
Still sounds fun. I
yeah,
mean,
it's interesting. I'll say that.
cool.
Oh, that's my
Um,
smorgasbord. What you been doing?
well, nothing other than like Oxenfree and then trying to make some time for Game of Thrones because it's just been madness last week and haven't been playing Destiny even though I'd like to. Just like uh, uh, not much time for gaming other than the assignments we have, which always makes me sad. But I did find like a lot of videos that I made from Destiny and Battlefront. I just like forgot that I had, and some of them are pretty damn hilarious. So I'll be trying to get like
Yes,
upload some of those.
I have a golf clap for your double headshot.
Yeah, that's like a tremendous skill. Took me years to develop. It was an accident.
That's usually how those awesome things
Oh,
happen. Oh, that was pretty
record.
cool.
Yeah. Because the weapon was kind of crap. You get like this weapon from a gunsmith, which he gives you a couple of those for like testing, and then you just test them, and they have like a very bad rate of fire, slow reload and stuff. And then if you test all of them up to a certain point, then you get rewards at like once a week if you test, I don't know, 5 weapons. So it's kind of a cool way to get better weapons, but you have to, go through the process of playing with crappy weapons. But it does kind of help you develop your shooting skills in a way. So there, or maybe it prepares you for Destiny 2, which I know you're just dying to talk about. That.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. We're not gonna. It's still in the. It's a huge rumor, and we're not gonna dig into that until we hear at least something official from Bungie. So there.
Which I guess could be E3, possibly.
The E3 this year, well, maybe, yeah, probably.
Or they could do one of those
Or
things that I love it when developers do, like, it's a thing!
oh, they love doing that.
Yes.
Oh my god. Or they're gonna give us like a teensy tiny bit of a teaser, and then nothing until E3,
Yeah.
which is probably the best. It's the best way to build the hype, I guess,
Now, you
or
see,
the outrage, and like,
I think that kind of stuff should happen like the way Bethesda did it for Fallout 4. Like, it'd been rumored for a while, but they
yeah,
never
I
really
agree.
confirmed it, and then E3, yep, it's here, and guess what? It's coming out in 3 months.
Fallout 4 is an example, a good example in video gaming, or for The Force Awakens, the way they handled trailers.
Oh, by showing virtually nothing?
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
well, until I don't know, a few dozen TV commercials showed up, and then, but I tried my best to avoid those, and I succeeded. I'm
Even
still
then,
amazed how we both got through our like days because we're constantly on the internet without finding out anything about like the plot before we watched it.
is because I stayed off of Facebook from the day that it released. Like, the only time I was on Facebook was on our Action Trip page when I would have to post stuff, but that was the only thing. I didn't look at my news feed. No, none of that. That was the
You
only way
you
I did
just
it.
posted stuff yourself, and you didn't look at your main newsfeed.
I posted stuff for Action Trip. I didn't
Yeah,
look at
yeah,
my
yeah, but you
news.
didn't look at your personal
Nope.
page. I mean feed.
Yeah, nope.
Wow, yeah. I uh, I didn't. I just like I did the same thing basically, but then I keep seeing stuff from other like websites which I use for news
Hmm.
sources and stuff, and I was like, no.
Well, I
But hey,
found
yeah,
I
we
found
did.
out that a friend of mine, he got the game spoiled. The game, the movie, the big thing in the movie spoiled for him,
Hmm.
um, from a TV telecast of a football game. Because the guy said, he's like, well, that was as disappointing as death.
Whoa.
Yeah, he was so pissed.
I heard actually from a guy who watched the movie knowing that particular event.
Hmm.
Like he went in just like he got the movie spoiled for him in that sense. But he wasn't all that upset. He just fuck it. I won't let it bother me. And then he said he enjoyed it even more.
Okay, well, I can see that.
Yeah,
But everyone
yeah.
handles spoilers differently. I hate them. I like to go into stuff fresh and blind. And I
Mm,
have friends that are like, oh, we don't care, spoil away. So
Yeah. It's a healthy attitude. Not everybody can do it. Not us. Uh, shall we try and wrap it up?
yeah, we definitely need to wrap it up. So we are wrapping it up. No.
Yeah.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Donate. No, I'm kidding. Subscribe to.
Stop. We just stop with the donate.
It's just so funny because like so many streamers are like,
I
subscribe,
know.
follow,
Subscribe,
donate.
donate, follow.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of these lovely vidcasts and Uros's lovely videos. I guess I'll be posting some. If I have anything decent, I guess I could post some videos of how much I suck at Assassin's Creed Chronicles India.
Well, you've been playing like three games on the PlayStation. It's easy to record those.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like post.
It's just I just never really do anything that interesting on it or nothing like makes me laugh like a Lego Dimensions did.
You can always post clumsy stuff. People love that.
Clumsy
Oh my
stuff.
gosh, sucks so much. Yeah, you're
Oh,
being
that's
clumsy
me in
again.
gaming. It sucks so much.
Yeah,
Or like
yeah.
moments of me yelling at Arbaz. Where are you going? Oh, yep, I was seen. Okay, start over.
Skilled assassin.
No, no skills. No skills
No.
whatsoever. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
anyways, we have those lovely videos. We'll have unboxing videos, other wonderful stuff. And of course, you can subscribe to this and either SoundCloud or iTunes for just the podcast if you don't really want to see our faces. Kind of don't blame you. I'd rather listen to stuff too.
Uh,
I like listening to podcasts during my day, but you can also follow us on Twitter. I am at Crunchy Chocobo. Uros is at Urivator, and the site is at action_trip. And of course, we ask at youreadactiontrip.com every day. That's about it. I think, yeah, wrap up. Jazz hands. Yay.
yeah.